Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Libra for the month of December 2018. Welcome, Libra. Hope everything's good in your place. Let's see the messages for you. Energy around the situation is the Lovers. Decisions to be made. Major decisions. So what are you going to do next year? What are you working towards? What's the end game? There's a decision to be made which will have impact on your life. So set out your 10 cards. Decisions to make. This is where you find yourself right now, Libra. 10 of Swords, end of a difficult time. Move on. New things coming in. Difficult times going out. You can now clear the way for whatever's coming in. Especially when we have the 10 of Swords, it's a great card to get when you've had a hard time. Just to know that it's nearly over. But you've learnt a lot. And I know some Librans have had a really tough year. Difficult in terms of loss and those sorts of issues that do take time. It's not just a snap of the fingers and they're done. It takes a while to move through that difficult time. Let's see what's happening to cause that, or what's happened. Yeah, it's been a very tough year for you, Libra, in terms of feeling left out in the cold. Not necessarily that you have been, but you've felt like that. And that goes well, that explains the 10 of Swords, the difficult time. And when we're in the difficult time, it's sometimes very hard to see the forest for the trees because everything just seems tainted and sad or difficult. However, 5 of Pentacles talks about there he sits outside of a church, but he really should go in and ask for some sort of guidance there. But that's okay, we all have our own guidance and that's how we get through things. Doesn't matter whether you go to church or not. You are your own counsel, Gemini. The background of the situation. 7 of Swords. A lot of air for you. You are an air sign. Yeah, if it's about yourself, just feeling, especially recently, feeling like nothing's really moving forward, difficult times, having difficulty getting on with others, being suspicious of other people's motives. It's been around, so I believe it's a good card to have, because sometimes we just need to be alert to what's going on in the background, behind the scenes. But also check yourself and think, well, am I being suspicious? Am I worried? But it's always good just to know, as I said, be alert for what's happening in the background. Never take things for granted, especially when you've been suffering too. I believe the soul's a lot brighter. It's a lot more acutely aware of motivations of people, especially after difficult times. So yeah, look, it's been tough, Libra, but I could see difficulties are coming to an end because you've come through the tunnel, come through the darkness, and now you're starting to see a glimmer of light at the end. Let's have a look at recent influences. Wow, the Chariot. So having balanced those emotional energies and discipline mainly with the Chariot, going through hard times and realising that it's just it's all impermanent, it's never going to be there forever. Excuse me. We get success and victory with the Chariot. but only once that we have really sort of emotionally disciplined ourselves, the positive and the negative balance perfectly, and then you move on. Chariot talks about travel too, but it can be travel physically, but also in your own soul. Where are you going? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to learn to do better? And difficult times always, in hindsight, iron out all those challenges and make us feel like, oh well, I've really mastered a lot in the difficult time, and now I have success and victory coming, so things are going to be a lot easier from now here on in. Libra. Let's now have a look at the lesson you'll be learning. Ten of Cups. In a very good emotional space. The perfect anecdote to this. Ten of Swords, difficult times, and then we get fabulous emotional energy from ourselves because we've survived it, we've come through, we've done really well. Intact. What's next? Relationships too, with cups always. So I guess too, when we're in those difficult times, the relationships, the close relationships can suffer. And sometimes it's best just to do it alone. As she is alone in this card, you can see it. And then things balance out and you can move forward. With the relationship still intact is what the Ten of Cups is telling you. Let's have a look at what's coming up. Second week of December, Libra. The High Priestess, beautiful card. Keep things to yourself, move forward. It's an interesting path you're coming into now from the second week on, but it's a very personal experience too with the High Priestess. It's what you believe in. So post difficult times we do sort of have more of an idea of what the universe can do for us, especially if we follow that path and listen to our inner voice, not the head. So yeah, second week of December, just keep things to yourself. You don't need to say anything to people. Just move forward as you mean to, and know that you've overcome some really full-on challenges this year, especially in the mind. What's happening that you're not realizing, Libra? Three of Wands, Three of Rods. Everything's ready for moving on. Growth and expansion definitely coming for the new year. Everything's there for you. So whatever creative project or work project you want to get stuck into next year, you've definitely got really solid foundation, so that's amazing. So all the hard work hasn't been without success on the horizon, definitely. How others see you. The Juggler. Two of Pentacles. Once again, decisions to be made. So now we're moving into the future influences. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing and adding value, feeling optimistic about the new year to come with what you're going to do with works, projects, things. I know you Libran people, you've always got things to do, projects to work on. So people look at you and see this Juggler, which is a really lovely positive card to be seen as. You've got everything. Keeping on going despite the difficulties you've had this year. Everything's still doing well. Positive feelings, Libra. Ongoing success and victory. So you've got two success and victories. You've got the major one with the Chariot, and you've got keep on keeping on with the Six of Wands or Rods. So things going well. So keep your eye on the prize. don't drop the ball, just keep doing what you're doing. You've overcome the mental difficulties. Now things moving forward in the sign of Sagittarius for 3 weeks of December, it's action time. Creativity too, moving forward. So excellent. And 6 is balance too. So yeah, look, it's starting to become nice. Out of that grey, you're getting beautiful yellow, vibey colours. The final outcome, you have the 10 of Pentacles, ongoing stability, security, family. Everyone's fine with the family. Things have settled down. People are in their routines. We've conquered all the difficulties. So you've got 3 tens for this reading, which is really positive because you've got the 10 of Swords with the difficulties, 10 of Cups with your emotional stance, having learnt the lesson and still being really well emotionally, and then finance and security, everyday life is pretty good too with the 10 of Pentacles. So there's nothing whatsoever to be worried about. Starting the next year with a really positive vibe, and then, you know, whatever's coming next is great with the lovers. I'm just going to pop a card on that 7 of Swords and that 5 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords being that suspicious energy of what's happening in the background, just to just so you get a bit of depth on that. We'll do that one first, and then we'll do the 5 of Pentacles, which is feeling left out in the cold. Or just feeling a lack. Okay, so underneath the 7 of Swords in the background, we have the King of Swords. So definitely there's an energy of manipulation going on in the background, possibly. There's legal matters coming up that you're a bit, pay a bit of attention to. Get some really sound legal advice if you are worried about something or somebody sort of manoeuvring in the background there. King of Swords is always, his positive is he's a very good lawyer, he's a very clear-headed man, but then on the flip side he can be a manipulative person, wanting something, but definitely a male sort of energy there. Strong male energy. As for, it can be female as well, but I just feel in this case it might be male. Sorry guys, that I'm not being gender snobbish or anything, it's just this is how I interpret this card. Especially if there's legality, there's always a bit of shuffling around in the background where you think, hang on a minute. So just remember that, and let's have a look here at what's crossing you, or what's crossing the whole reading. Under the 5 of Pentacles we have the Knight of Cups. So there might be offers and proposals coming through. Yeah, just use your intuition with the High Priestess there. Keep things to yourself. If offers and proposals coming in and you might think they might be a bit too good to be true, you might be right. So coming into the 2nd week of December, try and sort of just go within with whatever's coming or being offered to you. I guess you've got to just spend some time to really let your soul do the feeling about it, and then come up with whatever. I think once you balance that out, you'll be fine. So it's a good card really, but you always have to be thinking, well, is this too good to be true or not? But you'll know. Just go within with the High Priestess. She's your answer. Now for your guidance card, Libra. We have unconditional love, the mother and child. To love means to cherish, to be compassionate, to be of service, to be tolerant, and to be wise. Unconditional love is a free-flowing, positive energy. You can only feel this love by expressing it. The more you give your love unconditionally, the more your heart is able to connect with this pure, nurturing, universal force. Love is the true essence that sustains lives. And on that note, thank you, Libra. Have a wonderful month of celebrations and moving forward. Goodbye.